There are a lot of them, of course, ahead of Friday's draw, and they're in Qatar for us, Alexis Nunes and Gab Marcotti.
Hey, Dan. Well, as promised, Gab Marcotti is in town. That's how you know it's a big week. He came in as silky smooth as my shirt, Gab, but there is a FIFA Congress that's going to go on. We're both going to be there, but the main thing is the draw that we'll find out who 29 of the 32 teams that have qualified for the World Cup will play in the group stages. What are the biggest headlines going into the draw, you think?
Well, in addition to the ones who aren't here, but we don't need to mention the teams who haven't qualified, I think obviously one of the interesting things is going to be Qatar, a top seed, as traditionally happens with host nations. But the rest of the way, they're going to basically do it all by FIFA ranking, except for those 3 slots that haven't yet been determined. So the Interconfederation playoffs, and also that other path in UEFA, the one obviously involving Ukraine and Scotland and Wales. So you could get a situation where you could get certain groups that are substantially stronger than others despite this layering.
And then, of course, we're in Qatar, and as we said, it feels like a lot more eyes are on this one, just on the entire staging of it. We're here, like we talked about yesterday. It's a massive construction site. Going into this draw, though, what stands out to you?
I think what stands out is just the preparation that's gone into this, and the fact that there's so many question marks here, Alexis, about how the tournament's actually going to unfold. I can't reinforce this enough. Qatar is very, very small. Yep. It's basically a country that is essentially just one city. You can drive around the entire perimeter in a little over 2 hours. I have actually done that. I did that on my last trip here. So some of those teams like Germany, like France, who've decided not to stay in Doha, they're an hour away, but they're basically in the desert. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic, interesting recovery times. Obviously, travel, not a factor. We're in total uncharted territory here.
Uncharted territory, indeed. Like I keep saying, it's like we're living in a massive construction site, so it'll be a pretty interesting World Cup. Gab just touched down literally like about an hour ago, so we're going to get him some rest because we do have to go to the FIFA Congress tomorrow, where there's a whole lot more to talk about, and then it's the draw. We'll find out everything in less than 24 hours. Back to you, Dan. Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.